Hey, Emily. I was wondering if you wanted to hang out with me this weekend. I found a really cool restaurant, and I'd love it if you and I could go check it out. What are you talking about, Carla? We have our high school reunion this weekend, remember? Did you forget about that or something? Wait a second. You mean to tell me that you were really going to that loser convention? Loser convention? What do you mean by that? Come on now, Emily. You have to know that people like us are cut above the other normies we went to school with. We've already achieved more in our lives than any of them probably will for decades to come. So I think we're better off skipping the reunion and doing something fun. I'm sorry, but I'm still not quite sure that I'm following what you're getting at. I mean, you don't really feel that way about everyone that we've gone to school with, right? Well, it's true, isn't it? I mean, okay, maybe you and I specifically haven't done things with our lives. But we're both engaged to people who have, isn't your fiancé the general manager of the company he works for? Because my fiancé owns his company. My point is that we're better than the rest. And, we should act like it. Carla, I really don't know what to say to any of this right now. I don't get why you're having such a hard time accepting the facts when they are right there. We just did better than everyone else in school, and it shows by the fact that we're marrying the people that we are. Besides, I think who you choose to hang out with says a lot about a person. And if you're still hanging out with people from high school who've done nothing with their lives, instead of your more successful friends, then, well, it's just not good. I'm sorry, Carla, but I think the only thing that's not good around here is your attitude. I still keep in touch with plenty of people from high school, and some of them are my dear friends. So if you don't want to go to the reunion, that's fine, but I'm still going to go. You'll just have to find someone else to hang out with. You've got to be kidding me. You're not serious about this, are you? I am, and I don't think that you're a very good friend if that's really how you think of people. So please, don't try and lump me into the same camp as you. And one more thing you should know, I actually broke off my engagement with my fiancé last week. Hold on a second. You mean to tell me that you were going to marry a general manager and you broke it off? Besides, I heard that your fiancé was in line to inherit the whole company, since he's the CEO's son, after all. Well, a lot happened between us, and we realized the marriage just wasn't going to work out. But I'm free next month if you want to try and hang out, just the two of us then. I can let you know what times I actually have available in a little bit. You think I would ever lower myself to hang out with you now? What is that supposed to mean? Haven't you been reading any of my messages at all? It's all about who you know and who you're seen with. And if you're not a winner like me, then I really shouldn't be wasting my time talking to a loser like you. So now, I won't be hanging out with you anytime soon.
Hey, Emily. I just walked outside my door and found all kinds of cooked food on my doorstep. And it's basically all the things that I love to eat. Even some of my favorite snacks are in here too. Did you leave all this here for me?
Wow, you found all that a lot faster than I thought you were going to. But yes, I was a bit worried about you, so I went out and got you some treats.
Wait, what? What do you mean? Why were you worried?
Well, you're always talking about how busy you are with work and how you barely even have time to eat. So I just thought it'd be nice and bring some food straight to you.
But I don't get it. We broke up, right? We even called off our engagement, so I don't understand. Especially after the reason why we had to break things off was so ridiculous. I'm surprised you still want anything to do with me.
Hey, it's not like I don't get why we wouldn't have worked out. You started a company with your friend and it all went belly up. You were the one who told me that you just couldn't marry me like that. So in a way, you kind of did it all to yourself.
But what other choice did I have but to call it off? I wanted to give you the world. I was planning a huge wedding for us, but Then my friend screwed up our big project and our whole company fell apart. And after that, we lost all of our contracts. And on top of all of that, my friend took the rest of our funds and ran off, leaving the company on the verge of having to declare bankruptcy.
Yes, Barry, I know. You've told me the story at least 1,000 times. But what I'm surprised about is that you haven't gone to your parents begging for help. You told me that you didn't want them to keep bailing you out and that this was something you wanted to try on your own.
Well, I don't know what else to say. I guess I'm just a bit of a prideful guy sometimes. But either way, I can't believe that our 5 years together had to end that way. I came into your life, made a big mess, and I had to pull out like the loser that I am. I'm just so sorry that I've probably ruined your life too.
Barry, no offense, but I'm not the kind of person to let a breakup ruin my life. I am sad that things went the way they did, but not even you have the power to ruin my life with your presence or lack thereof.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, that I don't care that we're not engaged anymore. But it doesn't mean that I don't care about you. You're still important to me, and I want to try and remain friends. After all, I think it's great how even after being betrayed by your friend, you're still trying to pursue your goals. That's why I felt like I just had to bring you something to eat. I mean, you've been working so hard. And knowing you would probably work all night without taking a bite before you even realized it was morning. So, at least eat something before you finally go to bed. Otherwise, you're just going to be good to no one.
Thank you so much, Emily. I don't know what else to say, except that I still feel like I don't deserve this from you.
Well, I say you are, and that should be good enough. But anyways, have you still not been able to get a hold of your friend? I mean, what do you think he's going to do with the money he took?
I don't know because I still haven't heard from him. Although, I wouldn't be surprised if he just kept his phone on mute or even changed his number at this point. I even think that he might have moved away, but it's not like I can put out an APB or something. Especially not with a name like Jack Smith.
Wait a second. Jack Smith? You know, now that you say that, I think I have a friend actually engaged to a Jack Smith.
Oh, really? I wonder if it's the same person.
That would really be some odds there. But you never know with these things.
Well, how about I send you a picture of him? That way, if you ever find out that they're the same person, just let me know.
Okay, sounds good to me. Anyways, good luck with the rest of your work. And you better eat something or else. Got it? Carla, what is the matter with you? Why would you do this to me? Why would you throw all this water on me? Aw, I'm sorry. I was just trying to think of a way to make you go home, and that's all I could think of. But this is what you get for not leaving when I told you to the first time. I just had to do something to make you go away, you know? No, I don't know. And just why do I have to go home, huh? I thought you invited me to your wedding because we were friends. Why even send an invite if you're just going to tell me to go home? You're almost right there. I almost saw you as a friend. But then you revealed to me that you were nothing but a loser. When I heard about how you broke off your engagement, I instantly started to regret inviting you here. And so, when I saw you arrive this morning, I knew that I had to do something. You could have just told me before I got there that you didn't want me to come. You didn't have to dump a bucket of water on me like some kind of middle school prank. I have had enough out of you. We're not friends, got it? I wouldn't want to be friends with some poor nobody like you anyways. I mean, you were so close to marrying so rich, and then you screwed it all up. You really think I'm poor? Is that what this is about? Well, of course you are. But then again, there aren't many women who I don't consider too poor for me at this point. But that's all their fault for not marrying rich like I am. You know, Carla, I think that you really need to be careful about jumping to conclusions about people. And this is a whole obsession with winners and loser and rich and poor is just too much. Don't you realize how rude you're being? Shut up, you poor loser. I don't need to take this from you. You could have been my friend, maybe even my equal, almost. But now it's far too late for any of that. And that's why you'll never be anywhere near my level again. What are you talking about? I'm talking about how you'll never be able to afford an amazing wedding like mine. And you'll never be able to live in the amazing condo building that I live in either. And you'll certainly never get a $30,000 wedding ring like I have. And you'll never be across your entire life as a sad, pathetic loser. I'm not like other women. I'm special. I'm the winner. I'm the best. I don't even think that I can keep talking to you like this. But if you want me to go home, then fine. I'll gladly do that. Good. Leave. Now. Nobody wants you here anyways. The only person who is going to rich and never have to work again is me. I'm the best. I'm number one. Except that you know your husband is here apologizing to me, right? What on earth are you talking about now, loser? Well, that's the thing. Your amazing winner of a husband is here on his knees begging me for forgiveness. He's still here in his tuxedo right now. I don't think I've seen a man do anything like this in a tux. It's kind of hot, actually. Literally, what are you talking about? Why would my husband be apologizing to you? Well, because you did something he feels that he needs to say sorry for. Of course, I don't see any reason why I should forgive you. Have you actually gone crazy or something? Start making sense now. I guess he's also very sorry because he ruined my engagement and ran off to get married himself. Hold on a second. I am so lost here. I mean, all I did was pour a little water on an unwanted loser. Why would my husband have to apologize to you for anything? Did he forget we're better than you? You don't get it. This is much bigger than you and your dumb prank. You see, it's your husband's fault that my engagement was called off. That's why he's here begging. But how? I still don't get it. Well, because it's his fault that my fiancé Barry and I had to call off our engagement. You see, Barry and Jack started a business together. But your new husband Jack made some pretty huge mistakes that ended up costing the company a lot. But instead of taking responsibility for them, he stole the rest of the company funds and ran off. My fiancé Barry was embarrassed and crushed that he said he wasn't worthy of me and called off the engagement. Wait just a minute. You're telling me that my husband and your fiancé started a business together? This is the first time I'm hearing about this. I didn't have too many details about what happened either, but Barry mentioned the name of his partner, and I realized it was the same as your then fiancé. I thought it might have been a coincidence, but then Barry showed me photos of them together, and I knew they were one and the same. Anyways, I confronted Jack in the changing room, and he admitted to it all, so naturally, I informed the police. But don't worry, I know that you want to have your wedding, so I told them not to show up until after the vows had been exchanged. But I guess I won't be here to see it since I'll be going home. But I hope the two of you get what you deserve. But you can't be serious, right? You really didn't do that, did you? Well, especially after you poured that water on me, Jack came running after me, begging me not to call the police. He heard about what you did to me, and that's why he's here begging on his knees for mercy. This can't be happening. Jack can't be going that to you. My husband would never. Well, I'm afraid he is. Of course, the whole situation was made much worse by the way you treated me. But anyways, the police have already been informed, so it's too late to change anything now. Oh, come on. You don't have to do this. I would be less concerned about that and more worried about wrapping up your wedding before the police get there.
Emily, thank you so much. I can't believe you managed to track Jack down. You don't know how much worrying you just saved me.
Well, it really all was quite lucky, if I'm being honest. But anyways, I'm just glad that we could find him. Anyways, what about you? How are you doing? Are you eating like I told you to?
Yeah, don't worry. I've been eating out of that care package that you sent me, and I feel like a new man now. Some other good news. I feel like I might be able to restart my company.
Really? You think you can turn things around?
Yeah, I know that I've basically lost all of my clients, but now that Exodus has stopped and I'm left with the ones that really believe in me. Not only that, but they understood my situation and said that they would recommend my business to associates here. And I've already started getting calls from new people wanting to work with me, so now I think I have enough funding to keep my project going.
Barry, that's incredible. Congratulations on that. That's so amazing. I knew that things would work out for you.
It's not me. I just learned so much about business ever since I was little from my parents. I mean, I feel lucky that I was born into the family that I was, but also because of it, it means that I understood the risks of doing business. But there's one more thing that I'm hoping to set right now, and that's you.
Me? What do you mean by that?
I mean that after Jack stole my money, I told you that I could marry you, but this whole experience has taught me that I really need you. And now that we caught Jack, I want to ask again, will you marry me? Because if you say yes, I promise that I'll never let you go no matter what. I swear I'll do everything in my power to make you happy.
Oh, Barry, I want to say yes, but I know you and your business too well. How about you focus on your company first? I know that things are looking good now, but you need to make sure that they stay that way. After you've done that, then we can talk.
You're right. Better to make sure we do this right this time. Thank you so much for understanding, Emily.
Emily, this is all your fault. The police just took Jack away. I had no idea that he had done such shady things in the past. From what I heard, Barry wasn't even the first person that Jack had done this to. Apparently, he had a pattern of scamming people out of their money like that. But no one had ever managed to catch him until now. Well, I want you to know, that I divorced him. Jack is no longer my husband. Oh no, you mean the marriage wasn't going to work out? And here I was thinking that you married the perfect man. I thought so too. But he wasn't a winner like me at all. He was just a loser scammer who would have done the same thing to me. But I guess that means if you don't have a husband like Jack, that makes you a loser just like the rest of us, no? Especially after he was arrested just days after you two were married. But I guess that's what you get for always looking down on others because of who you were marrying. How dare you talk to me like that? I thought we were friends. Why are you being so mean to me? Is that supposed to be a joke or something? You insulted me the moment you found out I wasn't going to marry rich like you. Then you invite me to your wedding only to humiliate me in front of everyone and then try and kick me out. And you know, I would have reported you to the police for what you did as well. That's still a form of violence. You mean that you would have called the cops on me too, just for a little prank with water? I can still do it if you want to join your husband in jail. No, please, don't do that. I don't want to go to jail. I wouldn't last a day there. Well, if you don't, then maybe you should check your ego and please just never ever talk to me again. After that, Jack was arrested for his various frauds and eventually sentenced to jail for them. I heard that Carla was brought in as a suspect, but that she was cleared of charges when the police realized she knew nothing. Apparently, while he was in jail, Jack was refusing to sign the divorce papers. Carla was so nervous that he was plotting something with her bank account, so she withdrew all of her money and moved to a new state. Except that every time someone from her past would find her, she was so nervous about being found by Jack, even though he was in jail, that she would pick up everything and move again. As for Barry and I, it took some time, but Barry's company eventually took off into the success that we always knew it would be. The day he took the company public was the day that he proposed to me. I said yes, and we're set to be married next month. But us being married didn't mean that I flipped like Carla into some elitist monster. I still hung out with old friends from high school, and we all gossiped about Carla's situation. In fact, despite being married, very little has changed for me. I'm just glad that everything about the situation appears to have wrapped out quite neatly. Of course, it helps that Barry now has someone like me by his side to help vet potential business partners, and I plan on keeping it that way.